Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for clicking on another one of Mr. Graham's videos. This video is going to be about, we're going to contact an agent. Before we do that, please like this video and please subscribe below. Every now and then I like to contact a random agent just out of the blue, or a agent will contact me and we just host we just bust it up. We host a QA session. They get to talk to me about their struggles. They get to ask me whatever question they want to ask me, with the point of getting something out of the conversation. I want to try to do this once a week. You never know what agents are going through, field underwriters in the field. My job is to help as many field underwriters as I can, whether it's through a conversation or whether it's through training, whatever it is. That's my job. If any of you don't know, I am Mr. Graham, and let's contact this agent today. His name is Joe. I'm pretty sure he has some questions about what he's doing in the field, and he most likely wants some advice on how I can help him out. So let's give our buddy Joe a call. Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Joe, what's going on, my man?
Oh, man, everything is cool. Everything is cool. How's it going with you?
Everything is going A-okay, man. Everything is going A-okay. Yeah, man, first and foremost, thanks for reaching out to me, man. My job is, my goal is to help as many agents as I can, starting with one agent a week,
right,
and then hopefully go to every other day, as if time permits. Just to pretty much have a one-on-one QA session where you can talk to me about your struggles. You can ask me whatever question you want in reference to final expense and working in the field. And hey, man, you're the first one up, man. So what is it that we can talk about today, man? Let's bust it up for about 10 minutes. Tell me a little bit about your struggles now, and ask me whatever questions you want. The floor is yours, bro.
Okay. For an example, I got my leads this past Saturday. Now, personally, I think I did well. Like last week, I sold. I covered 4 families. I sold 4 apps.
Oh, thanks, man.
This week so far I sold 2 already, and I have two firm appointments for tomorrow. Okay, one problem that I ran into today, I had the lead. I went to the guy's house. The door was open, knocked on the door, and I said, "May I speak to Michael, please?" What's this about? I showed him the cutout that he had filled out. Oh, I didn't fill it out. And I said, look,
okay.
I said, I showed him the cutout, rush it as soon as possible. I said, well, could someone else have filled this out for you? Oh, no. I said, well, look, I said, I sent letters out and you should have received yours Wednesday or Thursday. Did you receive the letter? No, I didn't receive the letter, and I'm not interested.
So let's role play that for a minute, Joe. Let's role play that for a minute, because I'm curious as to whether or not the way you approached him when he gave you the rebuttal was the same way you're talking to me now. So I want to put yourself back into that door, okay? I'm going to be him, and my rebuttal to you is going to be, oh, I didn't fill that out. And I want you to do exactly what he did. All right, so you walk up to the door, I open the door, and then what happens?
Okay. I says, Michael, I said, Michael, how are you doing today? So he said, fine.
No. No, I am going to be Michael, so give me a chance to respond.
Okay. I knocked on the door. You came to the door, and I said, Michael?
Yes.
Michael, my name is Joe, and I'm from Lincoln Heritage. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine.
Great. Look, you sent this in, and you wanted information about final expense, and I'm here to explain everything to you. It takes about 15 minutes. Where can we sit?
I sent this in. I didn't send anything in.
Oh, well, Michael, let me ask you a question. Is there someone else in the house that could have sent this in for you?
No, I didn't send this in. No.
All right. So I turned the lead around, and I said, "This is your name, right?" I said, "This is your address." Okay. So you are telling me that you did not send this in?
I'm telling you, I didn't send that in. So, I mean, I don't know how you got my information, sir. Matter of fact, okay, cut. All right. Okay. I'm going to give you a couple different pointers on.
Okay.
See, you know, you got to remember that when you're outdoor knocking, you have.
This was a lead, huh? This was a lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. When you're outdoor knocking your leads, you got to remember that.
Okay.
The first 5 to 8 seconds is the most critical part of your door knock approach. Okay. So first things first. You're knocking on the door. Oh, hey, Michael. Okay, now I'm not asking him, is he Michael? I'm just going to assume that he's Michael because he's a man, and that's the name that's on the lead, and he looks the age of the man on the lead. So I'm going to assume that it's Michael. And then I'm going to address him like this. Hey, Michael, we received this card or this application in the mail. My name is Graham, and I'm with the Funeral Advantage Plan with Lincoln Heritage. And then you put the lead in their hand, and you point at the handwriting and ask him, say, is this your handwriting? Did you send this in?
Okay.
And just give him a chance to respond. Okay. He's either going to say yes or no. In this case, he said no. And then you let him know who you are. Now, there's more than one way to skin a cat, but the way I take the conversation is like this. I'm the agency manager responsible for this area, and my job is to pretty much get the information to whoever requested it in your name. So this particular card came in the mail, and someone sent it in. Any idea whose handwriting this could be? Okay, now see how that just sounds a little different? It gives off a different feeling. Okay, now
absolutely.
Now at that point, he's either going to know who sent it in. I'm sorry, he's either going to know whose handwriting it is or he's not. Okay, and you just got to keep picking at him as quickly as you can. Of course, the first thing you give him is a smile. Body language is everything. Okay.
Right.
And once you've identified who you are and the fact that someone from this household sent this in, he doesn't feel accused that you're telling him that he sent it in. You see my point?
Right.
Now,
now the point on this one was there was no handwriting. Everything was typed in. And just a check mark where it says request as soon as possible. So it was no handwriting.
Not a problem. Gotcha.
Right.
So so in that case, what you do is you point to that checkbox and you say, someone actually sent this in, and you can see right here. Now the lead is in his hand. And you point to that box and you say, hey, see, someone actually sent in, and they checked off that they were interested in our final expense life insurance.
Right.
Could that have possibly been you? You know, most likely, if you would have worded it that way for this particular client, he would have said no. And then you ask him, well, it could have been a spouse, a sibling, or a child. Any idea who could have sent this in? Okay, now now at that point, he's going to say something like, well, maybe it was my wife. So at that point, see, you got to remember at the door, the first thing, see, most agents can get it confused. Most agents think that the first goal or priority when you're at the door is to get in the house. That's incorrect.
Right. I agree.
Okay. the first thing you need to figure out is who sent in this lead.
Uh-huh.
That's the first thing. So once you identified either who sent it in or who could have possibly sent it in, you need to find some way to get in front of that person who sent it in, or who could have possibly sent it in. Now, I'll explain it to you a little bit in depth. What if he said to you, well, it was probably my wife? So at that point, your goal is to try to get in front of the wife. You never know. That could, that, you know, you never know. That could be your avenue to get in the house. So now the attention is on the wife. Well, are you able to ask your wife if she sent this in? Can you show this to your wife? And he's going to say, okay, hold on for a sec. And, you know, and most of my clients or most of my door knock approaches, at that point, they say, come on in. Come on in. And you're already in the house. And that's the goal. That's your second goal, is to get in the house. Now, does this make sense?
Right, absolutely. Okay, my question is, when you receive your lead from home office or from Troy, walk me through that process when you get your leads.
Well, before I answer that question, I'm going to ask you the same question, and then I'll answer that question. What do you do with the leads when you get them?
Okay, when I get my leads, I know Philly very well. I don't need a GPS for Philly. So when I get my leads, I will put them in groups, like West Philly, North Philly, this and that.
Okay.
Then, you know, of course, I put them on Sales Rapid and all of that stuff. And then I get my chart, and I write in my chart. Monday, you know, I'm doing this with my lead, West Philly. Tuesday, I'm doing South Philly. Wednesday, I'm doing North Philly. And that's how I do it. I go to my furthest lead first and work back in.
How quickly are you doing that? The same day or the next day?
I sort my leads. Well, usually I would get my leads in the morning. I go to Office Mike and print them out, and I stay in the field and work. And then when I get home, then that's when I start sorting my leads. And when I get my leads, if there is no phone number, I try to get a piece of mail out to them the next day. Okay, I wait 3 days. Okay, I wait 3 days to make sure that the mail have hit, and then I go past, because my trend of thinking is that's my get in the door of a thing. Did you receive my? You know, I sent you a letter. Did you receive my letter? You know, blah blah blah. You know, so I figured that if I try to get them out today, say for instance today is Friday. Okay, I give the leads until Tuesday at the mail until Tuesday to get there. So I start hitting them on Wednesday because I feel like that they have the mail. So my letter is the introduction, and it's letting them know that I will be seeing them within the next couple of days.
Okay. Now, do you put yourself in situations where you wait until the client receives the letter before you actually door knock them?
Or I wait until the client receives the letter. If I send I give the letters 3 days to get there.
Now, at this point, you haven't even door knocked them yet. Is that what I'm hearing?
Right. I have not even door knocked them yet.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have you switch up some things first in your approach, and then I'll tell you what I do. You have to keep in mind that home office already sends them a pre-approach letter.
Right.
Okay. They send them the pre-approach letter, and most of the time, doesn't happen all the time, but most of the time when you door knock them, they already received that pre-approach letter. Make sure you have a copy of that pre-approach letter with you, laminated.
I do.
You know.
Yeah, I do.
Don't wait the door knock until they receive your piece of mail. I would jump on it right away.
Oh, okay.
You know, maybe send out your piece of mail after you've door knocked them once.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Right.
When I receive my leads, I don't wait around, man. I jump right on them. Now, you may or may not be at that point where you'll make phone calls with, but me personally, when I get my leads, the first thing I do is I do a phone session to try to weed out the ones I can catch quick, you know? You know, because an appointment to me is everything. It's everything. My door knocks are structured around my appointments. And what's the quickest way to get an appointment? With a door knock or a telephone call?
Telephone.
Exactly. So my confidence is up to a point where I can print out my leads, call them back to back to back to back. You know, and most of the time I get appointments the first time around. And all my other door knocks are structured around those appointments. So I'm door knocking around those appointments. And most of the time I'm setting same day appointments. If I can't get a same day appointment, I'm setting an appointment for the next day. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, meaning, you know, and worst case scenario is this. I call my leads, I get no appointments. Well, the next thing is I'm going to start door knocking them right away. You know, whether it's that same day or the next day, I'm out in the field door knocking these leads that I just purchased the day before. I don't waste no time. No time. These people, our clients are waiting for us. Lincoln already sent them a letter, so go for it.
So I need to readjust that. I need to do that just the opposite. Door knock, and if I don't get any response on the door knock, then I send them a letter.
That's correct. Now, keep in mind, Joe, that there's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay, I say that all the time. I'm not saying your way is wrong. What I'm telling you is my way works for me, and it allows me to see more people within a given day / week. And this is how I'm able to manage and handle 20 plus leads a week. Do not sit around waiting for clients to receive your piece of mail before you actually door knock them. Get out there and find them ASAP. All right?
Age wise. If on the lead the person is 60 or under, I would door knock them in the afternoon because I figured that they are at work. 70 and above, I figured that it's a stronger possibility that they would be home, so I would door knock them in the morning. Does that make sense?
I see your point. You know, I see what you're trying to accomplish there. You know, it sounds like you're assuming that the younger people are at work during the day and the older people are at home. So, so your door knock approaches are structured based off of that. Okay, I'll tell you what. Okay, if you're handling 20 plus leads a week, I don't think that's the best strategy to use. I can see if you're only working with 4 leads or 5 leads. I can see that. Me personally, I don't want to assume someone is home, and I don't want to assume that someone is not, because you'd be surprised how many 80-year young clients are actually still working. You'll be surprised how many 45-year-old clients are on a fixed income and they're not working. You see my point? So if you're sorting your leads, I wouldn't make the age the biggest factor on who you should door knock first and who you should door knock second. I like your approach, starting furthest out and working your way in, or start closest to your house, work your way out, and then work your way back home. And if you're working 8 hours in the field, you should be able to catch some people home. That's the strategy I would use. In, out, and then in if your concern is people are working. Do it. Try that and see what happens, okay?
Okay, I will. Okay.
All right.
Okay. I really appreciate it, man. And from time to time, I'll touch base with you, and you know, maybe you can give me some more insight. And man, I really appreciate it. You know, I really, really do. You know.
No problem,
really
Joe, man. I know we've had a couple conversations at a couple of the Millionaire Mixers and at some of the trainings, man. Feel free to reach out to me, man. That's what I'm here, man. I love the pose as an information resource to not only struggling agents, but agents who are trying to be more successful than they was the day before, bro. So take care, and you enjoy the rest of your evening.
You as well, and thanks very much. I really appreciate it.
All right, man. Be safe. All right.
You as well.
All right, bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye.
There you have it. Joe is, you know, Joe is a good dude. He has the ability to be very successful. He's very coachable. He asks a lot of questions, and I just wish him luck in his own race, the race that he's running in order to be as successful he can be for himself and for his family. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for listening in. This video was kind of long, but I hope it was worth it. I hope there were agents out there that actually learned something. The sun is in my eye now. I hope there were agents that actually learned something from this video / call. Please subscribe below. There's going to be more videos like this in the future. And thank y'all for listening in. God bless. Peace.